Raphael, running for your life 2 times in one day? We were so scared, both times. We thought our hearts would just blow apart. But the thing is, when we thought about it later, Rat had been chased so often and grabbed at so often that he must have had extra senses. When he was on the station, it was bad, but it could be as bad in Bahala too. Someone thinks it's fun to grab the skinny kid with the crazy teeth and see what he's got. When Rat sees someone move, his feet get ready to jump. The policeman with the gun was slow, but what was so dangerous was how many more there might be and how quick we had to be. Rat led and got to the edge of our roof and over a low wall. From that we hopped down onto a long warehouse roof and we ran right along its guttering. We were clear for a moment, but then we saw a policeman in the grass below, bursting through a gate. And it's the same thing again. His gun's out and he's got a whistle to his lips. He had no chance to fire because we got straight round some chimneys and then up the slope. But he'd have a radio, and soon they'd be all around us. We all knew that. We had to think so quick. And let's just thank Rat again for being the one who'd got to know the area. He was the one who spent time checking in with the street kids, so he was the one who saw the chance and went for it. The next door building was the very one where those children lived, where we'd spent the night one night. Rat saw at once we had to dive back in among them. How were the police going to take in 100 kids? It was the smartest thing he ever did. Now the place they lived, the place we were opposite now, was a big old block of flats that had caught fire years ago. Just a big, black, ugly cement thing, no one knowing what to do with it. The gang lived there, 100 or more, scavenging, begging, sweeping, and doing things you don't want to know about. They'd get cleared out and come back again, then a big clear out and back they come. And that's how it always was in these old places. The roof we were on ran straight up to it, and one jump would get us in the window. As we got to the edge, we could see some of the kids sorting out their breakfasts. A little one looked right up and waved. It was a long jump to get to it, and I knew Gardo, and I just looked for a moment, too scared to try. But we did it, Rat first and then Gardo next and me. I just threw myself and they caught me somehow, dragged me up so I was bloody again. We ran then through the kids that had come to see us, to help us, and they clustered around. They knew we were running because there's not many kids who haven't had to do the same thing. And they were wild for us. We all ran together. We found stairs down and everyone was screaming and laughing, shouting to their friends. So suddenly we were a mighty crowd pouring into the hallway. It saved us, I swear. When we reached the street, we just streamed out, wild as birds, screaming all over the street in all directions. There were 2 police cars, another one roaring in. There were men with radios, guns out and arms wide to catch us, staring around wildly as this mass of little boys and girls rolled out over them. One grabbed a kid and everyone flew away from him, howling out and laughing like it was a game, straight into the street, where a truck had to slam on its brakes and a bus swerved round and over the curb, straight into the police car. Then, just like birds, they were all gone, spreading out and ducking through the alleys and storefronts, policemen running but hopeless. It was all 3 of us and about 5 or 6 other boys, but then they flew off on their own and the 3 of us were safe, still running till we reached a road. Then an amazing thing. Gardo did something so smart, I think Rat kissed him, but he says he didn't. Cool as anything, he held up the money we had left to a slow-moving taxicab. I think the driver was so stunned he just pulled over, and we piled in before he could smell us. A few minutes later we were off again on the South Superhighway, and he had twice the fare in his hand, and he was smiling too. "Where are you going?" he kept saying. "Where are you going?" "Navarro Cemetery," we said. Where else would we go? The square on the map. And on this particular day, another funny thing, probably half the city was heading that way too. We were just running with the flow. The Day of the Dead, and the Navarro's the biggest graveyard in our city. Everyone goes there, rich and poor alike. And so we got down low in our seats and soon our happy driver was up the ramp and driving fast, overtaking buses and trucks. He put on his radio and we sang. We wound down the windows and we sang louder as the sun came up higher, right into our eyes. Okay, it wasn't over, not at all, but we were alive another day and that was worth singing for.